Hey, what's up, Seattle Retro Gamers? I got an awesome thing in today from Brazil. It took me about 3 weeks to get it through the postal service, and the tracking was really crappy. But anyways, it showed up today, which was awesome. This is called the USB RetroPad adapter Lite, and this is from a guy named Bruno Freitas down in Brazil, and he makes these by hand. They're really cool. What this does is this allows me to use old retro controllers on my original Xbox. So what I'm going to show you real quick is two games, two of my favorite games, on an Xbox using original controllers. So let me just show you the games I'm going to preview. One of my favorites, Rise Star. Gotta love the Hollywood video logos or whatnot. And my other favorite game, Tecmo Super Bowl. I'm going to show you the 2016 version with the updated roster. I'll give you a link to the site I got that from as well. Thanks to the guys who made that at tecmobull.org. Let me go over this real quick. There goes my Genesis controller. What you got here is a very small handmade USB adapter, which basically takes a printer cable, USB printer cable. I had to get one on Amazon. They're $5.99, $4.99, I think. Yeah, Amazon Prime. And what it does is you connect that all the way down. You connect it to your Xbox right here, and that cable connects to your Xbox using this. So basically it's Xbox to USB. This is actually USB if you guys didn't know that. It's the same wiring, it's just a different size cable. And so that goes into the regular USB down into the DB9, or I'm sorry, not DB9, USB-B male. And then on the other side, you just have a standard DB9 cable that you can natively use a Master System, Genesis, or Atari 2600 controller. Right now I have a Genesis 6 button plugged in. And Bruno also sells adapters for various consoles, including things like the Nintendo 64 and GameCube, of all things. I don't even know how you emulate GameCube on Xbox, but I believe he also makes a version of this for the PC, so that would explain it. I'm only speaking for the Xbox version of this, and I'm only speaking for the USB RetroPad adapter Lite. He makes a full-fledged version that's a little bit more pricey, and it allows you to plug arcade controllers into this, and it works on your PC as well. One thing I will say with this, though, is even though I said it's an Xbox version, it's just been patched with Xbox firmware. Bruno provides instructions if I want to turn this into a PC-compatible adapter for retro controllers. All I need to do is change the firmware, which is really cool. And same for the fuller-fledged USB RetroPad adapter version. So let me just show you how that works. The Xbox to USB cables are only about $5 on Amazon as well. You can also make them yourself. Let me show you an example here. This is my really crappy soldering skills. It actually works, even though it doesn't look like it. But basically, I sacrificed a USB cable to soft mod this. So anyways, if you have any questions on that, I'm happy to answer. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Xbox. And sorry, I'm not in widescreen mode, but I don't want to flip it and cause you guys headaches. And you can see I've soft modded my Xbox with Xbox Media Center. If you have any questions on that, I'm happy to help. What I'm going to say is that I strongly support collecting retro games. I have a lot of retro games myself. What I like for this particular Xbox that is modded with emulators is that I can carry this around and I can take it to friends' houses, and I don't have to worry about collecting all the cartridges together and carrying those over. So this is a one-stop shop, but I still really like to play games on the original systems. So with that disclaimer in mind, let's get started. I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. I've been having some problems with it. So we're going to start with the Genesis. Just put that down real quick and pick up my Genesis controller. I apologize for the shakiness. So, mind blown. Xbox with the Genesis controller. Pretty cool. I'm going to go to programs. Get on the good old games. I've also got some games on here. I do own these for the most part. Feel like good old Neo Genesis. If you have any questions on this particular process, let me know. I'm happy to help. It took me a while to figure out how to do this. Mad props to you. Mad is a guy who, or a person who has done a lot of work for the Xbox emulation scene. So we're going to go ahead and use this. What's really cool too is you can put Sega CD games in this and they work. I can show you that if you ever want to see. I have a copy of Final Fight, an original copy. Love it on here. It looks like we've only got one game in here, which is fine. There doesn't seem to be any input lag at all. This is really great. I have a Retron 5 and I have a lot of problems. Games reset. It's not reliable, and this to me is a lot more reliable if I just want to sit on the couch and play a retro game. So we're playing Rise Star. It is actually in 4x3. It's a little misleading. And we're playing with a Genesis controller on the Xbox in HD with surround sound. Pretty cool. And I'm going to try this one hand and it's not going to go well. By the way, if you haven't played Rise Star, highly recommend it. But yeah, that's it. The only downside to this guy is when you want to switch controllers, you have to power cycle the Xbox. So I'm going to do that now. We're going to take the Xbox USB retro adapter Lite, pull out the Genesis controller. I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. This is a DB9 adapter to a NES controller. I also bought a Super Nintendo controller, but I'm not going to try that right now. Sorry for the shaky hand. Once again, this is a one-handed operation. And as you know, DB9s are not the nicest to easily shove together with one hand. So this is a Nintendo Nintendo adapter for it. And it goes to my favorite Nintendo controller, and this is like the Democrat-Republican debate, but dog bone for me for life. I've had one since I was a kid. I've had the original. This one works for me, so we're going to start the Xbox back up. Once again, Nintendo controller on the Xbox. Pretty cool. By the way, Quake 2 on the Xbox. Awesome port. Like I said, I own most of these games. The one game I don't own, Little Samson, but I'm sorry, it's super fun and I love to play it. I do own Metal Storm, that's about one of my favorite games too. I'll go down to the Tecmo 2016. Thank you, tecmobowl.org. You guys do an awesome job. So there you go, Tecmo Bowl 2016 on an Xbox with a Nintendo controller. Just do a little quick preview of next week because I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you are probably a Seattle Seahawks fan. And I am excited for the game. So there you go. Tecmo Bowl 2016 on an Xbox. Pretty cool. I would totally say this value, or totally worth the $25 investment for the cable, the $15 for each adapter, and I think the shipping was a little pricey. I think it was around 25-30 bucks. So altogether it was about $87. Took me about 3 weeks to get it, and now I can use Atari, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Nintendo, Super Nintendo on my original Xbox. Pretty cool. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.